Hello students, today I am going to start class 9th mathematics, and the name of the chapter is triangles. In this chapter we already completed 3 sessions. In the first session we discussed about the congruence criteria of triangle. In second and third session we discuss some theorems and problems based on the congruence criteria of triangle. We'll start some exercise question. See the first exercise, triangles chapter exercise, first exercise, that is exercise 7.1. See the first question of exercise. Read the question first. In quadrilateral ABCD, AC is equal to AD and ABE bisect angle A as seen given figure. Show that triangle ABC which is congruent to triangle ABD. What can you say about BC and BD? Here, first write the given datas. All the geometrical questions itself having answer in the questions only. First you need to understand what you have to prove and what you need to prove in the given question. Most of the datas are already given in the question only. So ABCD, as you already know that here ABCD is a quadrilateral, right? ABCD is a quadrilateral. In that AC is equal to, this side AC is equal to, side AC is equal to AD. It means these two sides are equal. And AB bisect angle A. AB bisect angle A means the side AB, the line AB which bisect the angle into two equal parts. Bisect means either you can bisect the given line segment into two equal parts, or if you draw the line in between the angle, means the angle is bisected by that line and the whole angle is divided into two equal parts. So these two are the given datas here. With the help of that two datas, you can prove that the given two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ABD, are congruent. So write the given first. What are the given datas? AC is equal to AD. This is already given here, right? Next one, AB bisect angle A. AB bisect angle A. So here AB bisect angle A. AB bisect angle A means obviously we will get the two bisected angle. So what are the two bisected angle? Angle CAB, and next one is angle DAB, right? So two angles are angle CAB and DAB. Angle CAB and next one is DAB. These two are the two angles, right? So what you have to prove here? You need to prove that triangle ABD, triangle ABC, which is congruent to triangle ABD. It means the upper triangle is congruent to lower triangle, right? So prove this one. In triangle, we already having here two triangles. We need to compare the two triangles, right? So in two triangles ABC, in triangle ABC, upper triangle, this is ABC, and second one ABD, ABD. So in triangle ABC and ABD, AB is the common side. So this is the common side, right? The first two triangles AB, this side is the common side for both two triangles, right? So AB is the common side. Next one, angle CAB, which is equal to angle DAB. These two angles are equal by using the property of second. It means Here AB bisect the angle A. That's why we get a two bisected angles, right? So this is the second one. Next, third one. AC is equal to, this AC is equal to AD. This is already given in the question, right? So with the help of all these three, we can easily prove that or say that triangle ABC, which is congruent to triangle ABD, by using SAS congruence criteria. To here, two sides included one angle, and that two angles are obviously equal. Therefore, if we proved once the two triangles are equal, then the remaining all sides and all angles of the two triangle are equal by using CPCT. What is the meaning of CPCT? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Therefore, BC and BD are equal. BC and BD are also equal. So this is the proof of the first question. And one more thing, whenever you are going to prove any geometrical question, must and should you need to write the reason on what basis you are going to compare the sides or compare the angles. Okay, so see the second question. So what is the question here? ABCD is a quadrilateral. Here also one more quadrilateral is there, that is ABCD. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AD is equal to BC and angle DAB, which is equal to angle CBA. Prove that first one, triangle ABD, which is congruent to triangle BAC. Second one, BD is equal to AC. And third one, triangle ABD, angle ABD, which is equal to angle BAC. Okay, so write the given data first. What are the given data here? AD is equal to BC. Here AD, which is equal to BC. Second one, angle DAB, this angle DAB, which is equal to angle CBA. So these two angles are equal. Okay, so these are the given datas. With the help of these given datas, you need to prove the three questions. First one, consider directly the two given triangles. What are the two triangles here? First one, triangle ABD, and second triangle is BAC. First triangle is ABD, this triangle, and second triangle is BAC. So this is the second triangle, right? So these two are the two triangles. So in the two triangles, AD is already equal to BC. It is already given in the question. And one more data is given here, angle DAB, which is equal to angle CBA. So these two angles is also equal. We are having one common side here, AB. AB is the common side for both two triangles. AB is the common side for both these two triangles. So AB is the common side. So with the help of these three datas, we can easily say that the triangle ABD, which is congruent to triangle BAC, by using the congruence criteria SAS. Okay, once we proved two triangles are congruent, the remaining all sides and all angles are equal by using CPCT. Therefore, side BD, which is equal to AC, and angle ABD, which is equal to angle BAC. So this is the proof of the second question. Now look at the next question, third one. AD and BC are equal perpendiculars. AD and BC are equal perpendiculars to a line segment AB. So AB is the line segment. Here AD and BC are equal perpendiculars to the line segment AB. Show that CD bisect AB. Show that CD bisect, this is the point C. CD bisect AB. We need to prove that here the line segment CD will bisect AB. CD will bisect AB means what I have to prove? OA which is equal to OB. Okay. First write the given datas. What are the given datas here? AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. AD and BC are equal perpendiculars. It is already given in the question. Next one. AD is perpendicular to AB means here AD is perpendicular to AB, that is angle OAD is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. So angle A is 90 degree here. Similarly, BC is perpendicular to AB. It means angle OBC is also 90 degree. What you have to prove? You need to prove that CD bisect AB. That means OA is equal to OB. You need to prove that OA is equal to OB. So let's prove the given theorem. Line CD and AB intersect. Once the two lines are intersected, you can easily get the vertically opposite angles. When the two lines are intersected each other, it forms a two pair of vertically opposite angles. Right? So here AB and CD are bisected each other at point O. It means we are getting here two pair of the vertically opposite angles. In that first pair is angle AOD, this angle AOD, which is equal to angle BOC. Okay, so the two angles are equal. Triangle BOC and triangle AOD, upper triangle and lower triangle. This is upper triangle and this one is the lower triangle. Consider that two triangles. In triangle BOC and triangle AOD, angle BOC which is equal to angle AOD, because these two are vertically opposite angles. We already proved in the second equation. Right, next one, angle CBO, which is equal to angle DAO. What I have to write the reason? These two angles are 90 degree. And next one is BC is equal to AD, the side BC which is equal to AD. Right, so with the help of three datas, we can easily say that the two triangles, triangle BOC is congruent to triangle AOD by using the congruence criteria AAS. So these two triangles are equal means obviously the remaining sides are equal, that is OB is equal to or BO is equal to AO by using CPCT. So once we proved BO is equal to AO means this line segment CD is exactly bisected the whole line segment AB into two equal parts. This is CD. Once it passes through the line segment AB means it will be bisected into two equal parts. Okay, so these two are the two equal parts, OB and OA. So this is the proof of the third question. Now let's see the fourth question. Okay, see the fourth question, what it says. L and M are two parallel lines. L and M are the two parallel lines intersected by another pair of parallel lines L and P and Q. Show that triangle ABC, which is congruent to triangle CDA. Here, two pair of parallel lines are intersected each other. The first pair of parallel lines are L and M, and second pair of parallel lines are P and Q. Once they intersect, we can easily get the two triangles. Here, A, and this one is the point intersected point B, C and D, right? With the help of the given figure, we can easily say that here AC is a transversal. AC is a transversal. So how you can define the transversal? The line which passes through the parallel lines is called as a transversal. Here AC is the line which passes through the two parallel lines L and M. So therefore AC is a transversal. Okay, write the given data first. What are the given data here? L is parallel to M and P is parallel to Q. So what you need to prove here? Triangle ABC, which is congruent to triangle CDA. So these two triangles, you need to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So let's start the proof. Taking L is parallel to M, or consider L is parallel to M, EC is a transversal. EC is a transversal. When the transversal passes through the parallel lines, it forms so many type of the angles. In that, one of the most common angle is alternate angles. Therefore here we are considering the alternate angles. Angle ACB, which is equal to angle CAD here. So how you can identify the alternate angles? Alternate angles are always in the form of Z or reverse Z, or N or reversed form of the N. So these four are the easiest symbols to identify the alternate angles. So angle ACB and angle CAD are the alternate angles, and consider that one as a equation 1. Next one, consider the second pair of the parallel lines, that is PQ. P and Q. P and Q are the two parallel lines. Here also AC is act like a transversal. With the help of this transversal, we will get one more pair of the alternate angles, that is angle BAC, which is equal to angle DCA. So consider that one as equation 2. Okay, so equation 1 and 2, we are having here two equations. Now consider the two triangles, triangle ABC, first triangle ABC and second triangle CDA. So these two are the two triangles. With the help of these two triangles, we can easily prove that the triangles are congruent. In the given two triangles, angle ACB, which is equal to angle CAD. CAD, we already proved here the first equation. Second one, AC is equal to AC or CA. It means AC is the common side for the both two triangles ABC and ADC. Okay, next one more alternate angles are angle BCA, which is equal to angle DAC. So with the help of these three components, we can easily say that the two triangles are congruent. Triangle ABC, which is congruent to triangle CDA, by using the congruence criteria ASA. So this is the proof of the fourth question. Okay, let's see the fifth question. Line L is bisect of angle A and B is any point on L. BP and BQ are perpendicular from B to the arm of angle A as shown in the figure. So show that first one, triangle APB which is congruent to AQB. The first triangle, you need to prove that triangle APB, this triangle, which is equal to the second triangle AQB. So these two triangles, you need to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so first write the given datas. So what are the given datas here? L is the bisector of angle A. L is the bisector of angle A means the angle A is divided into two equal parts here. So what are the two equal parts? Angle PAB, which is equal to angle QAB. Consider that one as equation 1. Next one, BP and BQ are perpendicular from point B. B is any one point which is lying on the line B, line L, right? So B is any one point. From that point we draw two perpendicular lines, BP and BQ. BP is perpendicular to AP and BQ is perpendicular to AQ. So consider that one as a second equation. Next one, so what you have to prove here? Triangle APB which is congruent to triangle AQP, and second one is BP which is equal to BQ. Consider the two triangles APB and AQB. So in the two triangles, we already considered two equations here. Angle APB which is equal to angle AQB, right? How they are equal? Because that two angles are 90 degree each. And from equation 1, we already know that angle PAB which is equal to QAB, because here L is the line which bisect the angle A. Okay, and third one, AB is the common side for the both two triangles. Therefore triangle APB which is congruent to triangle AQB by using the congruence criteria AAS. Once the two triangles are congruent, the remaining part of the two triangles are equal by using CPCT. So two equal sides are BP which is equal to BQ. Hence we proved the fifth question of the exercise 7.1. Okay, let's see the seventh question. AB is a line segment and P is the midpoint. P is its midpoint. D and E are points on the same side of AB such that angle BAD which is equal to angle ABE and angle EPA which is equal to angle DPB. Show that first one, triangle DAP which is equal to or congruent to triangle EPEBP, and second one is AD is equal to BE. So first write the given datas. P is the midpoint of AB here. This is the P is the midpoint of the whole line segment AB. Once the P is the midpoint of the line segment, means that point P will be divides the whole line segment into two equal parts, right? So what are the two equal parts here? If P is a midpoint of the line segment AB, means the two equal parts are AP is equal to BP. AP is equal to BP. So these two are the two equal parts. Okay, AP is equal to BP. Consider that one as equation 1. Next one, angle BAD which is equal to angle ABE. Angle BAD, this angle BAD, this angle which is equal to angle ABE. These two angles are equal. Okay, this is also given in the question. Next, third one. So third one is angle EPA which is equal to DPB. Angle EPA, this angle is equal to angle DPB, this angle. So we are having one more angle here. What is that angle? In between the two angles we are having one more angle, that is angle EPD. We need to add this angle for the two angles what we are considering in third equation. We need to add the angle EPD for the third equation. Once we add the angle EPD for third equation, we get angle DPA which is equal to angle EPB. It means by adding these two angles we get one angle, that is DPA and angle EPB, right? So this is the first angle and this one is the second angle. Okay, now consider the two triangles. Consider the two triangles. The two triangles are DAP. This is first triangle DAP and second triangle is EBP or EPB. Okay, in that angle DAP which is equal to angle EBP, we already proved in the equation 2. And next one AP which is equal to BP, because P is the midpoint of the line segment. And next one is angle DPA which is equal to angle EPB. This is already proved in equation 4. So with the help of these three we can easily say that the two triangles, triangle DAP which is congruent to triangle EBP, by using the congruence criteria ASA. So the two triangles are congruent means AD which is equal to BE by using CPCT. Okay, now see the last question. In right angle triangle ABC, right angled at C, M is the midpoint of hypotenuse AB. C is joined to point M and produced to a point D, such that DM which is equal to CM. Point D is joined to point B. Then show that first one, triangle AMC which is congruent to BMD. So first write the given datas. Angle ACB which is 90 degree. This is already given in the question. In triangle ABC, angle C is 90 degree. Okay, M is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. M is the midpoint of the hypotenuse AB. M is the midpoint of the hypotenuse means that hypotenuse will be divided into two equal parts and the two equal parts are AM and BM. Consider that one as equation 1. And next one, DM which is equal to CM. This is also given in the question. Consider that one as equation 2. So what we need to prove here, triangle AMC which is congruent to triangle BMD. So let's start the proof of the given question. Lines CD and AB, lines CD and AB, these two lines CD and AB are the vertically opposite angles. These two angles are intersected at point M. Once the two lines are intersected, it will form two pair of vertically opposite angles. In that, one pair is angle AMC, which is equal to angle BMD. The reason is vertically opposite angles. Okay, so with the help of these three equations, we can prove that the given two triangles are congruent. So consider that two triangles directly, triangle AMC and triangle BMD. In that, AM is equal to BM. It is already proved in equation 1. Angle AMC, which is equal to angle BMD. These are vertically opposite angles, and CM, which is equal to DM. This is already given in the question. Therefore, triangle AMC, which is congruent to the triangle BMD, by using the congruence criteria SAS. Okay, so this is the first proof of the 8th question. Now see the second proof. What we need to prove in the second: angle DBC is right angle. So from equation 1, from first part, we already proved the triangles AMC, which is congruent to triangle BMD, right? So once the two triangles are congruent, means the remaining parts are equal by using CPCT. Therefore, angle ACM, this angle ACM, which is equal to angle BDM. Why these two angles are equal? Because they are the alternate angles, or the parts of the congruent triangles. Okay, here angle ACM and BDM are alternate interior angles for lines AC and BD. If a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, then lines are parallel. Therefore, BD is parallel to AC. These two are parallel. If CD act like a transversal, means obviously BD and AC are the parallel lines. As we already studied in the previous chapter, in lines and angles chapter, in between the two parallel lines, the angle is always constant, that is 180 degree, or on the same side of the transversal, the angle is 180 degree. The sum of the two angles on the same side of the transversal, which is always supplementary. Supplementary means the sum of the two angles is always 180 degree. Here DB is parallel to AC, and consider BC as a transversal. Therefore, angle DBC plus angle ACB, which is equal to 180 degree, and the reason is interior angle on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. Okay, so two angles, sum of the two angles is 180 degree, means we already know the one angle C is 90 degree. If angle C is 90 degree, means obviously angle B is also 90 degree. Therefore, angle DBC plus 90 degree, which is equal to 180 degree, angle DBC, which is equal to 180 minus 90. The final value of the angle B is 90 degree. Just we are subtracting 90 degree from 180, we get the one more angle as 90 degree. Hence, angle DBC is right angle. This is the proof of the second question. Let's see the proof of the third question in the same question. So, here we already proved in the first question, that is triangle AMC, which is congruent to BMD, right? AC is equal to BD. It is already proved in the equation 1 by considering the congruent part of the triangles. Now consider the two triangles, triangle DBC, in triangle DBC and triangle ACB. In that, DB which is equal to AC. This is already proved in the first equation. Angle DBC which is equal to angle ACB, we already proved in the last question, right? So these two angles are 90 degree and 90 degree. Angle B is also 90 and angle C is also 90 degree. BC is equal to BC. So BC is the common side for the first triangle DBC and the second triangle ACB. So BC is the common side here, right? So with the help of these data, we can easily say that triangle DBC which is congruent to the triangle ACB by using the congruence criteria SA. Yes. So two triangles are congruent means here the remaining parts of the triangles are equal. Okay, so this is the proof of the third question. See the last fourth question, that is CM is equal to half of AB. CM is equal to half of AB. In third equation we already proved that triangle DBC which is equal to triangle ACB, right? So DC which is equal to AB means the two sides are equal by using the CPCT. What is the half of DC here? Half of the DC is, here M is the midpoint of the DC means the whole line segment DC is equally divided into two parts, that is DM which is equal to MC, and AB is the line segment in that M is the midpoint means AM is equal to BM. These two are the two parts of the equal parts of the two line segments CD and AB. Therefore, as DM is equal to CM, half of the DM or DM is equal to CM and half of the CM is half of DC. Therefore, CM is equal to half of the AB. Hence, this is the proof of the fourth sub question of the main question, eighth one. So, these are the 8 questions of the exercise 7.1. In the next class, we will discuss the second exercise, that is 7.2. Till then, be happy.